either competitiveness or creativity. Competitiveness kills creativity, as it makes us exclusive and greater than someone else. Creativity comes from becoming all-inclusive and learning from all, from the stillness of being.
Please welcome Mr. Avinash Mitu, the Director of Knowledge 7, a multimedia company at the intersection of technology, innovation and policy. Formerly Head of Experimentation at the UNDP Accelerator Lab and Senior Advisor at the Ministry of ICT, he has served on national boards and as a computer science lecturer, a Red Hat certified engineer and a TEDx speaker. He holds master's degrees from l'École Normale Supérieure and INSA Lyon, France. He will explore technology's role in supporting and challenging mental health.
The very first thing that we need to understand is that when we talk about artificial intelligence, we are talking first and foremost about machines. And machines, they don't have any emotions as such, and they just execute instructions that we give them. But artificial intelligence is a little bit different from the kind of software that we had before, in the sense that artificial intelligence initially is completely empty. It is like a baby which is just born. To make it become interesting, to make it become something like ChatGPT, for instance, you need to train it. And this is where the big issue lies. Because who chooses with what to train that artificial intelligence? If you choose something which is completely false, like a baby which is exposed to something which is completely false, the artificial intelligence will also believe that thing which is false. If you choose something which is full of biases, let's say, for instance, you choose it with some data coming from, let's say, the US only. It won't know anything about Africa or India or China. So it's important for us to understand that the various artificial intelligences that we have around us have been trained by data selected by human beings. So at the same time, they reflect human choices. At the same time, they might have biases. For instance, I am not 100% sure that the various artificial intelligences that exist, like ChatGPT, know everything about, let's say, what is taught in schools in Mauritius. Because as far as I know, they were not given this course material when they were being trained. Now, the consequence of this is that when we deal with artificial intelligence, we are at the same time fascinated because it's so interesting to be able to ask a question and get an answer. But sometimes we are anxious because the answer that we are getting does not correspond to what we already know. And this happens from time to time, especially when you are dealing with a topic in which you are an expert in. At the same time, this creates some thoughts on our side, and we start asking ourselves if a machine, for instance, can generate so much nice pictures, like for instance, the picture on the right has been generated by ChatGPT. How, as a human being, can I compete with that? Because this has been generated within 1 second, and I can spend minutes, I won't be able to do as much. So we become anxious, we might question our autonomy, we might question our self-worth, but my opinion as a computer scientist is that we need to change this frame of mind. Artificial intelligence is just a tool, and therefore, if used properly, it becomes an extension of the mind instead of being something that is going to replace us. One thing which is extremely important for people to understand is that the very best way to consider AI is as a digital assistant for yourself. You see, let's take any minister, any high commissioner, any CEO, they'll have a myriad of assistants and advisors helping them in their day-to-day work. We would love to have such advisors and assistants, but we don't have the resources. If we can have a machine which is next to us, which can help us in some way or another to make us better, to make us perform in a more efficient way, we need to be able to use this kind of new software. Now, something which is important as well is that right now there have been a lot of work on using AI to explore ways to make people better. Because some people suffer from all kinds of troubles, as you would know. And there have been a lot of developments, some of which I mentioned there. For instance, therapy chatbots. So some people have difficulties communicating, can actually discuss with a machine, and this machine is going to make them communicate more. There have been some researchers in, wearables, watches, which track your mood, and whenever there is some issue, there's some alert which goes to some place. And there have been so many things on, doing the maths which is behind to be able to detect signs of mental issues.
As is overpowers the future, not AI. As is, as in, how you are feeling and working towards it empowers the future, not AI. I would now like to welcome Mina Ade Budan to sing a song, Where Love Blossoms, a prayer from the Baha'i faith. Thank you, Mina.
Where there is love, where there is love, nothing is too much trouble, nothing is too much trouble. Where there is love, where there is love, nothing is too much trouble, nothing is too much trouble. And there's always time, time, time. 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 Where there is love, where there is love, nothing is too much trouble, nothing is too much trouble. Where there is love, where there is love, nothing is too much trouble, nothing is too much trouble. And there is always time, time, time. There's 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 always time, time, time. Unite and bind together the hearts. Unite and bind together the hearts. Join in the chord all the souls. Join in the chord all the souls. Oh Lord, make these faces radiant through the light of thy oneness. Unite and bind together the hearts. Unite, unite and bind together the hearts. Join in the chord all the souls. Join in the chord all the souls. Oh Lord, make these faces radiant through the light of thy oneness. Unite and bind together the hearts.
We now invite Dr. Dharmesh Duman to share his insights on mental health interventions from the Harm Reduction Unit. Dr. Duman is a medical and health officer at the Ministry of Health and Wellness. He serves at the Harm Reduction Unit, integrating public health strategy with compassionate, trauma-informed care. He promotes inclusion, challenges stigma, and supports recovery through group and family therapy, transforming isolation into connection and fostering community. He will discuss the mental health interventions from the Harm Reduction Unit.
I'm Dr. Duman Dharmesh from the Harm Reduction Unit. It's a branch of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, which is concerned with the problem of addiction. You know, I'm going to take a topic which will be quite heavy, but it's also, you know, a national problem, a national issue, with the presence of Mr. Sam Lawton, the director of the NADEC, also here, and Dr. Kumar, who is here. He's an aspiration for me. He's my role model. So I would like to now go and encompass on the problem of addiction. You know, many a time we have a big problem of drugs in Mauritius. We say that we have many reports coming from the African Union saying that it is a second national problem of Mauritius, the first one being an economic problem. But do we really understand what is addiction? It is a term like everyone thinks like, yeah, I know, addiction, yeah, drugs. But really, when we go deeper in that, is addiction a disease? Do we really see it as a disease? What am I doing in this unit as a doctor? Do we need specialists? Is it related to mental health problem? Is it only a behavioral problem? Non, banla comme ça, banla prend nous pas prendre. We are far away from that. But then suddenly when we have a family member in this problem, pas dire personne. Oui, docteur, non, confidential. Oui, I will preserve your confidentiality. But we should not be pointing fingers, because this stigma and discrimination will be like creuse hadimala, please. There are many people who are suffering from addiction. I will be putting 3 scenarios in front of you. There is a father of a family, 40-year-old male, who is having much problem at work. He has been told that due to his absences, he may be licensed anytime. He's having a wife. He's having children going to school. And then now he don't know, he's not being able to sleep at night. He won't get his lump sum. He may be going on the streets anytime, and he doesn't know any other work. At 40 years old, who will be taking him? There's another scenario. There's a lady who was married in her early age. She loved someone. Then that someone cheated on her. She's also having not 1, 2, 3 children. And then that lady, since she went away against her parental will and got married, now she can't go back to her parents' house. Even her parents are not well now. They are elderly people. Who will take care of her? She's having anxiety issues. She's feared to go outside. Maybe she don't have rice to cook for her children. She may be sleeping ventre vide, comment nous dire. She's very much scared, and if she will be saying something, her husband may become violent against her. Third scenario, there's an 18-year-old boy, an adolescent. His mother and father separated. Broken family is like an epidemic now. Almost 30% of marriages are being broken. Now this guy, you know, he had a family predilection of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a mental disease which will not be visible. It will be only visible after 25. He's hearing things. He's seeing things that others are not seeing. Will someone tell them that man of 40 years old, that lady with 3 children, and that boy of 18 years old, you know, you need a professional help? Can he, will he think, will we be, oh, you know, I should go to the hospital? Who will be, I go to the accident and emergency department? No, but they are treating like heart attacks, they are treating like road traffic accidents. Will they understand my problem? Am I really having a problem? Will they think that I should go to Dr. Anjali, a psychologist? Maybe she can help me. But do we have that common knowledge? Like, oh, should I go or not? You know, in all these scenarios, if someone, his friend, who will be thinking that maybe I will be doing something, a favor for him, I will make him feel good tonight, I will be giving him something, and you may feel that that person, be it a man, a lady, or a youngster, he will be taking that drug. Why? Because it is easily available. We should acknowledge that. There is a major war which is going on here, along with the NADEC and us at the Harm Reduction Unit. You know, this is called perceived reality. We may be thinking like, me, I have my father, my mother, my wife is cooking for me, I have my children, everyone is good, we are having good clothes. But is everyone really having that? Will he be having dinner on his table tonight? This problem, you know, many people, they don't know, they don't have that adaptive skill, they don't have that stress management skill. So for them, it's a refuge. Every time I'm having a stress, I will be going and taking that drug. Every time I don't know how to cope, I want to fly away from that reality, I will be taking that. But does it, where est le maladie là? Eh? Where is the pathology? Where is the issue? Is addiction really an issue? Is really the first time I'm taking a drug, I will be addicted? Not necessarily. Addiction, the National Institute for Drug Administration tells us that addiction is a chronic brain disease with relapse. Every word has a meaning here. Chronic means that the person has been taking that substance for at least 2 months. It's a brain disease. Where in the brain? La cervelle. The junior minister told us, if you're having a problem, why not having a scan? Really, we have done the scan. Us, at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we have done the scan. The CT scan? No. The MRI? No. Even more advanced, the PET scan. In the PET scan, it's a positive emission topography. It's more advanced than the CT scan and the MRI. We have seen that it affects your midbrain. I'm going a bit technical. I'm a doctor after all, don't forget. So, you know, there is a hypothalamo-pituitary axis which gets disturbed. There's a ventral tegmental area and the nucleus accumbens. You know, we say we cannot combat something if we don't know what is that something. Now we know what is that something. This is how it becomes a pathology. C'est où là le maladie est. We have defined it. Now what to do? Give them methadone? Yeah, it's part of my job. But we don't have only methadone. We have Suboxone, we have naloxone, we have naltrexone. We have new drugs now. We have the quetiapine. We have the amitriptyline. We are giving everything, but still it's not enough. Then where is the issue? Where is the problem? This is why we have said that there is a model called the biopsychosocial model. It has a medical aspect, but it's only 1/3 of that. Then the psychological aspect, the stress come into play, the depression come into play, the PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, comes into play. All this, when it comes into play, it won't need only medical management. There's also psychological need. This is why we are saying we need psychologists, And will the psychologist be treating him? Many times we get that point. How many patients have you treated, doctor? Traitement là, mais c'est même ça. But it's not, if we will be going and limiting ourselves to only treatment, c'est fausse route. It's called prise en charge. It's management. We will be managing that patient. He is having symptoms. Tu dis, oui, traitement là, il traite des symptômes. Non, oui, yes. Then there's also the psychological aspect. We have psychiatrists. And then we have the social aspect. This is why I would like to thank a lot the Abhyas group for inviting me here to talk a bit now how the yoga comes into play. You know what is yoga? We go simple. Yoga is connecting the mind with the body. And what is substance use disorder? It's disconnecting the mind and the body. So it's very, very closely related.
सबको यही देती संदेशा दीपावली गली गली बन के खुशी छाई रे रोशनी की चादर ओढ़ी दीपावली आई रे दीपावली गली गली बन के खुशी छाई रे रोशनी की चादर ओढ़ी दीपावली आई रे भाग हम सवार